Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about organizing training, particularly farmers training. Let's first define training. According to Jussius 1963, training is the process of acquiring specific skills to perform a job better. Similarly, the Hama in 1979 has defined training as to educate a person so as to be fitted, qualified, and proficient in doing some jobs. And in 1962, Van der Zel has defined training as the process of teaching, informing, or educating people so that they may become as well qualified as possible to do their job, and they become qualified to perform in positions of greater difficulty and responsibility. Now let's compare the training and education. Training is the acquisition of knowledge, skills, or attitudes needed to perform a job, or it is designed to improve human performance on a job. Education, however, is concerned with increasing general knowledge and understanding of the total environment according to Filippo 1961. He has also defined education as the development of human mind, and it increases the powers of observation, analysis, integration, understanding, decision-making, and adjustment to new situations. In more simpler meaning, it is concerned with acquiring general knowledge. Learning theories and training. While conducting the training, it is important for the trainer to know the learning theories and andragogy for its success. Now let's look at the types of learning theories. Types of learning theories include behaviorist, emphasizes on the fact that environment determines the changes in the behavior. Cognitivist is concerned with how mind works, and humanist focuses on the affective aspect of human behavior that influences learning, such as emotions and attitudes. Extension training should be able to incorporate all of these theories to change action, belief, and knowledge of the farmers. Now let's look at some of the training approaches. There are three approaches to training: the traditional approach, the experiential approach, and the performance-based approach. Traditional approach. Here the extension agent designs the entire training content and structure including objectives and the methods applied. The model focuses on the intervention by the trainer. Majority of the trainings in the guilds and villages follow this model. The success rate of the training may differ based on the objective. The experiential approach. Here the trainer incorporates experiences of the farmers and EA themselves. Thus, the farmers become active and influence the training process. It emphasizes on the real or simulated situation where the farmers will ultimately perform. The objective and other components of the training is determined by EA and farmers together. EA or the trainer serves as a facilitator. Performance-based approach. It measures the proficiency level. It focuses on acquiring specific, noticeable, or observable skills for a task. In more simpler words, it is task or skill oriented. Now let's look at some of the importance of training. Training is needed to communicate what to extend and how to extend. Training is conducted on the needs of the target. Training is the means to update people and organizations with rigid technological innovations. Training increases skills and prepares people to develop the intelligence and desire to do more. Objectives of training. Generally, the trainings are conducted to change behavior, to persuade, to inform, to stimulate thought, to entertain, and to motivate for action. Similarly, farmers' trainings are generally conducted to promote the efficient use of available resources, to increase farm production, and to transfer technology to the farmers. Knowing the participants. It is extremely important for the trainer to know their audiences or participants before conducting the training or before planning the training programs. This can be done by asking the following questions. How many people will be present? Why are they attending? Is it their own choice or has a superior instructed them to be present? What are their fears and concerns? What are their expectations? What range of experiences, discipline, age, gender, and status is likely to be represented? Do they have any biases towards or against you or your organization? What prior knowledge might they have about the subject matter of the training? The answers to this question will give the trainer or the extension agent some basic information about the participants or the farmers attending the training. Therefore, it will make it easier on them to plan and prepare for the training accordingly. Now let's look at the phases of training. Training need identification, also known as TNI. Problem exists when there is a difference between desired performance and actual performance. Thus, training needs identification helps to match a training program to a training problem, meaning it helps to determine whether training is an appropriate action to solve the problem. Here it is important first to brainstorm with the farmers and local leaders of all seemingly important areas. For example, in Bhutan, these could be organic farming practices, wildlife conflict, irrigation water shortage, pest and disease in the cropping system, marketing of the produce, limited arable land holding, climate change, and more. These are some of the general and broader areas of tropical problems, but it can be something that is not as dramatic but still a problem for the locality. Therefore, it is crucial that the extension agent or the people with authority involve the farmers in these activities, particularly if they are new to the rural community. And this identification of training needs can be achieved through different analytical procedures. The following procedures that we are going to look through has been adapted from the FAOs. 1. Individual analysis is aimed at identifying specific training needs for an individual or a group of farmers so that the training can be tailored to their needs. For example, individual farmers can be selected from Geoks or Chioks or even Dzongkhaks to attend certain trainings. Or group of farmers with same or similar farming practices can be selected to attend a training. For example, training a group of farmers to make compost for organic crop production. 2. Group analysis. Here a group of well-informed or progressive farmers discuss different problems with the trainer or the extension agent to identify the most important and urgent areas of training. 2. Training Need Analysis or TNA. It determines what to extend, especially in terms of content. This is done by asking the following questions to the trainees. How much do they already know or the must-knows about the topic? What do they need to learn? How much time the extension agent or the trainer have to cover the material? These answers will provide the framework for the training, that is what to teach and how. In brief, training needs analysis determines knowledge, skills, and attitude requirements and performance deficiencies which help to identify the training content. 3. Selecting training methods. According to Wetling, 1992, training method is a strategy or tactic that a trainer uses to deliver the content so that the trainees or the farmers achieve the objectives. Selecting the most appropriate method is one of the most important steps of the training. All the training methods are not created equal. Therefore, few of the most appropriate methods have to be selected and combined. Most commonly used methods include instructor presentation. Here the trainer orally presents new information to the trainees or farmers, usually through lecture. Group discussion. The trainer or extension agent leads the group of farmers into discussing a topic. Demonstration. It can be a method demonstration or a result demonstration, and in some cases it can be both. Exercise. The extension agent assigns problems to be solved either on a paper or in real situations related to the topic of the training activity. Case study. The extension agent gives the farmers information about a situation and directs them to come to a decision or solve a problem concerning the situation. Role play. Farmers act out a real-life situation in an instructional setting. Field visits and study tour. Farmers are given the opportunity to observe and interact with the problem being solved or skill being learned. Now let's look at the implementation phase. Activates learning plan. That is setting the training plans into action or executing the training program. Resources and logistics. This is done by informing the target farmers, local leaders, and district officials such as Dzongkhak Agriculture Officer, Accountant, and Finance Officers. Here it involves arranging the available resources such as food, transportation, training place, and other facilities necessary for the training. Evaluation phase. Evaluation is the process of determining the relevance, effectiveness, and impact of the activities in regards to the training objective. Kirkpatrick has identified 4 criteria to evaluate training program: reaction, learning, behavior, and results. Here the reaction measures how the farmers liked the program in terms of content, methods, duration, trainers, facilities, and management. In learning, it measures the farmer's knowledge and skills gained during the training. Behavior measures the degree of application of the acquired knowledge and skills in the real-life situation by the farmers. And result refers to the tangible impact of the training program on the individual, their farming practices, and rural community as a whole. Types of evaluation. There are 2 types of evaluation: formative evaluation and summative evaluation. Formative evaluation is the collection of relevant and useful information while training is being conducted. It identifies drawbacks and unintended outcomes. It helps in revising the programs. Summative evaluation. It is done at the end of the program and makes an overall assessment of its effectiveness to achieve objectives. Now let's look at an example of training conducted by an extension agent. Farmers Vegetable Nursery Raising Training, Kanglung Trashigang. It involved method demonstration. Figure 1 and 2 shows the extension agent sharing information with the farmers. Here the training location was in a farmer's field, which was convenient for all the participants in terms of easy access and comfort due to the familiarity of the area. At the same time, this is where the extension agent is making the best use of the situation or facilities available for the training. Figure 3 illustrates farmers preparing vegetable nursery inside greenhouse. Figure 4 displays farmers preparing vegetable nursery outside. Figure 5 and 6 illustrates the trainees' active participation. This provides the farmers an opportunity to engage with one another and also to develop a sense of belonging. Figure 7 and 8, farmers sowing the seeds. This enables the farmers to put their theoretical knowledge into practice, which further promotes their understanding of the training content and helps in developing their skills. Figure 9, farmers using artemisia as a mulch. Figure 10, farmers using bamboo to construct a polytunnel. Here the farmers are not only learning the necessary techniques and stages of vegetable nursery raising, but also making efficient use of locally available materials. Figure 11 and 12, farmers constructing polytunnel. Figure 13, farmers constructing polytunnel. Figure 14 illustrates farmers watering their seed beds using plants to avoid splashing. Figure 15 is the completed task. Figure 16 shows participants sharing their learning and experiences during the training. Figure 17 shows farmers' field. Figure 18 shows the training site during the follow-up after the training. Since the training was carried out in the farmer's field, the participants were able to see the differences in the nursery raising practices, that is, in their traditional method and the one demonstrated to the farmers. In addition, training provides the farmers the opportunity to socialize and build a network. The main source of the presentation is from FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, and authors mentioned here are based on secondary source. However, they are reflected here just in case you would like to refer them for future understanding of the topics presented here.